another video. In this video we are going to be showing you how to make yourself some good logos and artwork for your YouTube channel using Photoshop. So you can just get the free trial. I just have the free trial, and once you've got it, it's really good. You may want to purchase Photoshop because it's so useful for your thumbnails and for just so many different things. So yeah, so you just click on it and we can load it up. So this is going to be from the very beginning. Okay, so if you're on a Mac like me, this is what it should look like. We'll just wait for it all to load. Okay, so now this is what it should look like. So you'll click wherever this is. It might be in a different place, but click create new, and then it'll say new document, and we're going to first make a logo. So up here, the first thing you want to change is this will probably be in centimeters or something weird like that. Click on it and change it to pixels. That's the most important part. And then we'll change the width to 900 and the height to 900. We'll make sure it's transparent. Let's just go to transparent. Yep, there we go. And now let's click create. Okay, so here we go. We have ourselves a lovely starting basis. So the one we're going to be making today is quite basic, but once you've got a hang of it, you can really toy around with it, try different effects, things like that. So first of all, we're just going to get this, and then I had to spend about 10 minutes just getting used to your interface. And the first time you have it, it'll probably be like this. Just click this button up here and it will close it. There you go. So now, once you've had a little play about, just pause the video here, have a little play about, and I'll see you back in a second. Okay, so you're back and we are ready to start. And if you didn't go, well done, because you're on the right track. Okay, so we're going to click this little tool up here. This is our gradient tool. So what it's going to do is like fade one colour into a different colour. So let's choose our colours by clicking down here. So let's say our first colour, we want it to be red, just for no reason. Red, and then the other colour can be green. How about that? Okay, so one's green, one's red. So then we'll just, with our gradient tool selected, just drag from wherever we want to make it this really nice effect. So this one does look pretty weird because we're using green and red, but it'll be okay for what we're doing because we don't necessarily need this to look nice, because you'll make it much nicer with your own colours. So you'll come down here and click Ellipse tool. So then just do this, align it up at the edges, and then drag it out like so. There you go. Now it will colour itself in for now. I will show you how to deal with that in a second. First of all though, most important part, change this to black, or whichever colour you are using, but I'm just going to use black. So click this, click this. Okay, so we're going to change it so there's no centre, there's just like a bit of a barrier around it. So then change this to, we'll go for a nice, round about there. So you can change yours however you want, obviously, but I'm just going to do mine like this. So then, so far, we're actually getting it pretty good. So then, you're going to go down to this text button here. Just highlight that. It might take a little tiny while to load, because I haven't actually used the text button in quite a while. So, yeah, click horizontal text. And then, the most important thing here is, click on layers, and then click on this little eye here. There we go. Because otherwise, if we try to do it like this, it does this weird thing with the text which nobody wants. So we do that, and then we make it look really nice. So then we'll do this, make it all correct and symmetrized. That's not even a word, but okay. Let's make it 60, and then we'll change the font to, this is a font I quite like. It's actually quite very bold and very powerful. So I'll just show you here. So what? Why has it changed that? Okay, let's change it back to 60. So NS, obviously, because that's my NitroSeeker. So yeah, let's now click on this, and you just have to sort of fiddle about with it until you've got it to the center. So I'm going to say that's pretty centered, or there. Absolutely lovely. So now we can put that back, and actually no, that's not right. There we go. Okay, so it's coming along pretty well. The next thing you're going to do is actually search for an image that you want, so the text looks like it and things like that. So we're going to pick galaxy. Okay, so we'll click on images, and this is the most important thing to do. You must click settings, advanced search, scroll down, and then this little not filtered by license, change it to free to use, share or modify even commercially. So then click advanced search, and here you go. These are all the ones you can use. So let's pick one here. Okay, this one looks pretty good. So now we'll just save it to our desktop or to our downloads, however you want to save it. Okay, so I went with a bit of a different one because the other one didn't seem to load in Photoshop. It was a bit weird. Okay, so I've gone for this one, which, if any of you actually know, this is on my banner. So yeah. So we're going to put this down here. Oh yes. So once you've made it to the correct size, I'm just going to put it like this. You'll click this tick up here, and now that's right. And now just drag it down so it's not visible at the moment, but there we go. So that's close to what we want it to look like, but not quite. So the next thing we're going to actually do is hold down Command on our keyboard and click this little T. So just click the T, it'll highlight it all, and then click back on space. No, actually, click back on your gradient, so this little thing here. And then you're going to go up to Layer, and then go to Layer Mask, and then Hide Selection. So now, as you can see, if we get rid of that and put that above there, now we have something that is looking a bit better. You can toy around with this and make it absolutely amazing just from the things that I have shown you in this video. So there you go. Now we're going to move on to the artwork. Okay, so same thing again, but you're actually going to make it this time. Okay, so this is what you're going to type in, and then 440, there we go. And now make sure it's transparent and create. So here we go. To get one of these templates off the internet, and all you'll have to do is in Google type in channel art template and then go into images, and you can get this. So as you can see, it fits it perfectly because that's the exact resolution of ours. So once you've placed it by clicking the little arrow, you're going to come down here and select the rectangle tool, and then just make a rectangle. It doesn't matter if it's going over the edges, just covering that basically. So once you've made your rectangle on that side, once again make one on this side. So there you go, and then boom. Okay, so it is looking good already, and then the next thing you want to do is say goodbye to the channel art template because we've basically got it all ready. Okay, so throw that in the bin, and here we go. We are starting a bit of a fresh point here. So this bit, which you can see along here, is actually the only bit that people who are watching on desktop will see. They won't see these green bars. These are just for people who are watching on television. Okay, so what you're going to do now is get yourself the gradient tool. I prefer to use the gradient tool so it just looks a bit more professional. So let's choose our two colours. I'm going to go for that, and let's pick something else. That and that. So then we'll swap them up like this. I've got a gradient tool selected. So first of all though, we need to add a new layer by clicking this button and then drag that down. So then put your layer behind that you've just made a gradient, and there you go. You're getting very close to actually making a very good artwork. The next thing you want to do is grab a text box and just put your name in this box. So I'm going to change the text colour. Actually, that may work. Yes, that will. Okay, so template. There you go. So now I'm using the same font as well because it's actually pretty cool. This is the part that gets very fun. You're going to right click on template. You're going to click blending options. And you are going, and then there's so much to mess about with in this. So we're just going to go for stroke. We're going to add a stroke to it. I quite like that already. I honestly think that's no, that's a bit too big. There we go. 9 looks perfect. Inner shadow we won't be needing, but what I do recommend is a drop shadow. So let's make one that's quite big here. That will be good. And there you go. So you can add any extra things that you want here, like maybe your Twitter down here and your Facebook account down here, anything like that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like down below and subscribe, and I will see everybody in the next video. Bye!